We had a good discussion last night between Hawley, Darren Holmes, Steve Foster, and myself about a couple things. Some pitching principles and some mechanics things that we wanted Greg to sleep on overnight. Not knowing how he'd feel physically coming in, day game after night game, and got stressed obviously last night. And then we spoke again this morning about a couple things that again sort of reiterated what we talked about last night, and I talked to him a little bit about a few things, and we felt good about the conversation and where he was both mentally and physically, and some of the adjustments that he was going to make in his next outing. It just so happened to be today. So again, I mean, you look at the track record of Greg Holland, who he is as a pitcher, what he's done in the ninth inning in his career, and what he's done this year. And granted, it's been a little rocky of late, but we felt as though at that moment today he was the guy to go to.
Mechanical?
It's a combo. I think it's a combination of some mechanical things that we discussed, and a little bit of mindset. When you have a few rough outings, it doesn't matter who you are. Mariano Rivera, Trevor Hoffman, who I had, other great closers, Greg Holland. It can shake you a bit, and the only way to get back on track is to get out there and convert. And Greg did that. So hopefully moving forward we'll see, more of what we saw, the early part of the year. But there's just some things that he still has to, in my opinion, address. I won't speak to him now, but those will be things that we'll continue to talk about. But it was good to see for Greg and the team. Two now. We didn't get it.
But when the game was on the line, he came through for you.
And Pat's done that a few times.
Yeah,
right. He's had a nice year for us. But that's what it takes. I mean, that game was won by for us, one big swing, and also the bullpen doing a nice job of 3 scoreless innings, and Herman, obviously, after the first 2 solo home runs, he put up 4 zeros. So, that's the type of game, and those were the games that were played here in this series. Hard fought, well pitched, a big swing here or there changes the complexion of all 3 games. And today was our turn. Yesterday was their turn. We had a chance in game 1 in the 9th with Pat, right?
Mm-hmm.
When 2 outs and Alexander came in and made a pitch. But those were 3 really good games. When you think about the excitement at the end, a little bit of the drama of a tight game where every pitch is critical as the game moves into the later innings. Those are three good games.
You talked a lot about how Mike Dunn has regained what we saw early. Today he did it again. I think 3 strikeouts, if I'm not mistaken. Can you give us a specific what stood out for you and what he's doing
today,
so well now?
Again, I think the slider is really been effective. The slider, I think more than anything, Patrick has come back to where it was early in the year, and the times that he throws well, I think the slider's always in play. And I think the fastball command is much better too. So again, I think it's more consistent strikes, the sharpness of the slider, and he's just getting himself in better pitchers' counts. And when you do that consistently, you should have success.
How about Herman? I mean, gave up a couple of home runs, but basically stayed in the zone, challenged hitters.
You know what Catfish Hunter said? Solos don't beat you. And today, they didn't. How profound is that?
That is cool.
Thomas,
That's straight up cool.
we could use Catfish Hunter in our coffee.
You could use it. Catfish always said that. Solos don't beat you.
It was last night you had 2 solos.
Yeah. And it didn't beat Kennedy, even though we had him on the ropes a little bit.